It's Carl here from Games, Brains and a Head-Banging Life, and I'm with Jason Evans, the, dare I say, super talented vocalist for what I and many believe to be the legends of death metal, Ingested. Jason, it's an absolute pleasure to speak with you. How are you doing?
Thank you, man. It's a pleasure to be here, mate. I'm all good, mate. Just relaxing in this wonderful northwestern return to lockdown.
Oh shit, you're caught up in that.
Yeah, Manchester, mate. Slamchester, baby.
Damn, damn. Well, up to this point then, because now you're going backwards. How have you been coping, over the last couple of months with the lockdown and the slow creep out and so on?
It's been all right, actually. I mean, it's shit that we've. Sorry, am I allowed to swear? Or?
Of course.
All right, cool. Shit that we had to cancel or postpone all the tours that we had planned, which sucks. But rather than sitting around and whinging about it, you got to take positives out of the negatives, haven't you? So it's given us so much more time to spend on our social media accounts, connecting with our fans. We've been able to spend so much time promoting the new album. I know Lynn's been working on some new music stuff separate from the band, so that's something that he's been keeping busy with. And I've started a Twitch channel with my brother and my friends, so that's been going pretty cool. So yeah, anybody who's watching or listening wants to follow me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/the_slam_king. So yeah, we're just keeping busy, man. So we just can't wait to get back out on the road. Oh, and obviously, fucking album comes out in 2 weeks. So
obviously,
yeah, super excited for that. So, the songs and the videos that we've released so far, the response has been amazing, so good. So yeah, just can't wait for everybody to hear the rest of the album, because it's just as good, if not better, than the stuff that we've already released from it. So
absolutely.
Exciting time.
So, what challenges then, on a more negative side, I guess we'll get this out of the way first, during this period, this whole situation is created in regards to working towards a new release? Because as you say, you've got this wonderful creativity and ability to take positives out of this rubbish time. But there's no denying it's hard to... Well, you can't do what you normally would. I mean, it's not like this is your first rodeo.
No, I mean, when you think about the only real proper downside, I would say, is the financial aspect of it. Obviously, if we're not out touring, we're not earning. So, obviously, shit like that is a bit tough. So we've all had to, sort shit out and get back to, making ends meet, basically, and, shit like that. So it's okay. We're getting by. We just can't wait to get back on the fucking road, innit? You know what I mean?
That's it. And what do you reckon? Is there anything that you've been forced to do in regards to Ingested leading up to this album release these last couple of months that you think has worked so well that you'd kind of continue to do that even when things are a bit more normal?
Yeah, definitely the social media aspect of it. Definitely, because when we're on tour as much as we are, because usually we're on tour pretty much all year, you don't really, I know it sounds weird, but you don't really, I guess you do have time to do the social media thing, but you don't really think about it, because it's get to the venue, get everything set up, eat, sound check, shows open, do merch, show's over, take everything down, load it all back into the van, leave, sleep somewhere, go to the next one, and then it's just rinse and repeat like that. So it's you don't really, your head kind of goes into tour mode, and you don't really think about things like social media as much. So yeah, that's something that we've definitely taken away from this, is just to, keep up that amazing connection we've got with our fans that, has only gotten stronger because we've been able to spend that extra time on things like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff. And the other amazing thing that came out of the lockdown was the idea for the Dead Seraphic Forms video, because we'd never have done that if it wasn't lockdown.
Of course. And that was amazing.
So yeah, like, yeah, that'd never have happened. We'd never have done that.
You don't even think about that.
Yeah, well, we've got all these. We had all these ideas for the music videos we wanted to do, but then obviously when lockdown happened, we literally couldn't do it. So we had to like think outside the box and do what we could. And the Dead Seraphic Forms video is what it is. So yeah, it was great.
It's fantastic that you've managed to do anything during this period, because there's almost been like this pressure when you sit back and you see live streams, like professional stuff from some of the top artists in rock and metal. Yeah. And you sit there and think, Jesus, look what they're doing. Shit, we should probably do something. But obviously you got
the problem for us is our drummer Lynn, he lives on the island Mallorca in Spain. So it's like, for us, we can't just get into one room and live stream a set. Like he'd have to be over there, which I don't know like how the logistics of that would work, you know, like, because if he's the drummer and he's keeping time and he's like, we're relying on an internet connection to make sure he's like,
it's not going to happen.
I don't know. Well,
a minute in, he'll be out of time.
Totally. It's like all that has to happen is for it to like lag or buffer like 1 second and the entire song's out of time. But we've been doing stuff like like guitar playthroughs and drum playthroughs and stuff like that, you know, from within our little lockdown bunkers. So we've got plenty more like YouTube content and stuff that we're going to be uploading as well in the coming weeks. So
yeah, and we'll get a little further into what's happening at the end of 2020 in a bit. So you've already mentioned we are mere weeks, 2 weeks away now from the release of Where Only Gods May Tread. August 14th via Unique Leader Records. You seem proper stoked, like you're just desperate to get this out now.
Well, we recorded the album in December. So we've had it since then, and we've just been like, we're just so proud of it. Like every song on it is like, there's no filler. Do you know what I mean? You know, like when you get albums and you can tell which ones are the
track sometimes tends to be the filler.
Yeah. Just there, isn't it? Just to make up the tracks or make up the time or whatever. But there's no tracks like that on this album. Not one. They're all bangers.
So you clearly not. So
yeah, we were talking about like which songs we were going to release as singles, and I was like, come on, any of them, mate. They're all sick. I wanted to release the last track as a single, and it's 9 minutes long, and I was like, I don't care. I don't care that it's 9 minutes long. It's amazing. So any of them could be a single. So that's why I'm so excited about this album, is that every single song is just, it's amazing.
How did you decide then? Did you just pull it out of a hat?
We all decided which ones were our favourites, and then like we went like with the democratic vote, like which songs got the most votes out of the four of us and stuff like that.
How democratic! How very modern band. That's fantastic.
Now, very civilized people.
So, what's amazing is you've had it since December, and you're clearly not sick of it. Because we often talk to artists when they've been sitting on something for so long, they're just like, oh, I've heard these songs 1,000 times. We've fiddled with them, we picked them apart, and now I just want them gone.
Oh no, there's none of that, mate. I'll listen to this album every day.
Love it. That is amazing.
I was like looking at the YouTube views on some of the music videos, and I'm like, I must be at least like 20% of these ones.
Oh, so I love that you are so into each individual track, because I really wanted to know if there was a particular track that you specifically like can't wait for fans to hear. Because personally, you've already mentioned it, but Leap of the Faithless, that's the one that I think, yeah,
totally. That's the one that I can't wait for people to hear. Because I want them to go, how is that? When you get to the end of it, because I know exactly what it'll be. How the fuck was that 9 minutes? How was that 9 minutes? It doesn't feel like 9 minutes. It's a 9-minute song and it never drags. It never gets boring. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. It was.
Got everything. That track in that 9 minutes. That track has got everything in it. If you like extreme metal, you will like that song. Extreme metal in any type of extreme metal, you will like that song because it's just so fucking sick.
I was walking towards work, about a 30-minute walk, and Ingested, the album was my listening as I'm walking, and so each track plays along. I check the title, see what it is, and I got to that, and I double taked when I saw 9 minutes. I was like, the fuck? Are they serious? But you're right, it flew by.
Seriously, it does not feel like 9 minutes. It's nuts.
So what did you kind of focus on, if anything, like themes or particular subjects for the whole makeup of the album? Did you want it to tell a particular story, or is it just a matter of, look, this is pissing us off, this is what this wants to be?
Each individual song is about different things. Like, it's not like a concept album. There's no like massive underlining dead set theme throughout every single song in the album. The way that we've been writing lyrics, because me and Sam are the primary lyric writers. Sam wrote a lot of the lyrics on this one, and Sean wrote a couple of lyrics as well, actually.
Cool.
And they were really good. He wrote The Burden of Our Failures, the one with Vincent Bennett from Casey Strain. Sean wrote that one. So we've all been quite involved in it. But the way that we write lyrics is we write them, they're very, very, very personal, like to us. Like, so there are personal experiences, our feelings, emotions, things that we might have been through, or things that have happened to us. But then the way that we write it is we write them in a metaphorical manner, so that you can apply them to whatever you think it's about. So, because these songs are so personal to us that we want them to be personal to the listener as well. So when you listen to the song and you read the lyrics, like we want you to feel that, and whatever that may be is going to be personal to you. So you get that same feeling that we get.
That's awesome. So it's you're happy for it to be interpreted as you want it to be.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
because
cool.
I know what the songs that I write are about. Sean knows what the songs he writes are about. Sam knows what they're like. I don't even know what Sean writes about because it's personal to him. And the same for Sam. Like, some of the songs I don't know what they're about, but he does. But I'll interpret it the way that I want it to be interpreted when I'm singing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's fantastic because, you get that other side where it's like, all right, we want this song to mean this specific thing, and if you interpret it a different way, you're wrong, rather than seeing, oh, sweet, this person, no matter what, has connected to this track, which is surely the point of any music.
Exactly. Like, I want you to feel the words that I'm saying, rather than just hearing it, if you know
Fantastic.
What I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
that might sound a little bit deep for death metal or whatever, but we've done the album where you're singing about gore and ripping bodies apart and blood and guts and shit and all that. Do you know what I mean? We've done it, so, and now we've I don't know,
matured.
I want to create a brutal experience that you can feel. How's that?
Yeah. It's bullshit. The idea that just because you play a specific form of music, death metal, slam, whatever it wanted to be, that means you can't have depth or meaning or thought behind a fucking track.
Absolutely. Brutal death metal that makes you think.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and that's the best kind, man. Absolutely. You've already mentioned the reaction. The reaction to the singles has been absolutely banging. But I wanted to ask, do you then get nervous, or do you still get nervous about the full release in regards to how fans will take it, or do you just not care?
I don't get nervous about it, just simply because the beautiful thing about being in a band is that you get to create the exact type of music you want to hear at whatever time that is. So for me, I never get nervous. I never get worried about what fans might think. I never get worried about alienating fans, and that's not because I don't care, because we do care about our fans. Like, our fans are the most important people to us as a sorry, excuse me. Been drinking this giant cup of coffee. Sorry. They're the most important people to us as a band. Like, we can't do what we do without them. And our fans are the most loyal and supportive fans, like, ever. I love them to bits. We all do. But I don't worry about alienating fans, because the way I see it is, if you're a fan of Ingested, but you're only a fan of our first album, you're still a fan of Ingested. And any of the music that we put out now isn't going to delete or overwrite that first album that you love. It's always going to be there, and we'll play songs off that album. Like, we might not do it all the time because it's an old album, but we'll do it from time to time and stuff like that. And you know, so we're gonna do what we do as a band. And if our fans like it, that's amazing. That's fantastic. We could never ask for more. And if some fans don't like the new stuff, that's totally cool as well. You know, we're not going to whinge about it online or anything, like, you know, some of these bands do. Like, we're like, like, it doesn't matter. Like, music taste is subjective. Yeah. So, you know, if you might like our first album, you might not like our new album. That's okay. The first album's always there. You can always listen to it. It's totally cool. So yeah, I never get nervous about, like, or worried about alienating people, because the stuff they like, they'll always like it. So, and it'll always be there. Yeah. So I'm just excited. I just can't wait for people to hear it. And if they like it, amazing. If they don't, then that's okay. I'm cool with that either way.
I'm very confident
in how good this album is. That yes. I'm not worried at all.
You shouldn't be. You're right. I think I'm very confident as well, particularly because you guys are so beloved and held in such high esteem. Yet, you only need to spread yourself out about your social media. If I'd never heard of Ingested and I went, okay, let me have a look on the social media, Facebook and all that, I would find an incredibly grounded band as a unit, which was stunning considering the level of love for you. What do you chalk that up to? What keeps you guys so steady?
Well, I think when you look at who we are, where we've come from, like, we're just, like, when we started, we were just 5 Manchester, like, council estate kids. Well, obviously Lynn's Welsh, but, you know, so four Manchester council estate kids and 1 dude from the valleys. You know what I mean? And then 15 years later, like, we've lost one of the Manc guys, but we're still the same 3 council estate kids and the dude from the valleys. We've not changed at all. Like, do you know what I mean? We've never been handed anything. We've never been given anything. Like, everything we've got, we've worked hard for it. Yeah. We've been told no loads of times. We've been told we've not been good enough for years. But all that did was just solidify our fuck you mentality to people who tell us that we're not good enough or tell us that we can't do anything. We just go, nah, I'm going to show you why you're wrong. And you know, so I think it's that. It's an appreciation of everything that we have. Like, we appreciate every single one of our fans. We appreciate every show that we play. We appreciate every tour that we get. Everything. Every interview that we get. We appreciate all of it because we work hard for it. Like, we've never just been a hype band. We've never been a flash in the pan. We've never been, like, you know, a trendy band to listen to.
Oh, so, yeah, definitely not.
You know what I mean? No, we haven't, like, and that's okay to say that. Like, we've never been, like, the most popular band in the world or whatever, and that's okay. Yeah. Because the way I see it is, I'd rather do what we've done and remain grounded and remain, like, you know, we joke and stuff and, like, all that kind of shit, but we're fucking humble as shit people, to be fair. Like, but you know, if you ever, like, meet us, we've always got time for everyone all the time. So, and I think that's important, and I think that's just, you know, because of, like I said, where we've come from, who we are as people. It's you know, we're still exactly the same. We still live on estates. We're not, like, do you know what I mean? We still tour in a van and shit like that. Like, yeah, you know, there's no airs and graces about us. We're just 4 normal working class dudes. That's it.
Amazing. So obviously, beginning of December this year, we're getting a bit of an early Christmas present in the shape of a pretty substantial UK European tour. Obviously, like anything at the moment, fingers crossed there's no that goes ahead and all that, but you've got to be excited to do that tour.
I'm so excited. Like, honestly, we've wanted to tour with Vulvodynia for years, and it's just, for whatever reasons, like, it's just like, you know, the stars have never aligned, but they have now. So yeah, it's fucking sick. We're bringing Veil of Nath over as well from America. I think it's their first European tour, and then we're going to take out a new, like, up and coming UK band, Bound in Fear, who are awesome. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. Got a hometown show in Slamchester. Got a show in London.
Yeah, so, Underworld.
Insane. Like, last time we played Underworld, it was our first ever headline show there, which is like something that we always wanted to achieve as a band. Like, you know, get our name up on the above the Underworld door. Like, it was, and it was our first show, and I think we were 80 tickets, or just shy of 80 tickets, short of selling it out on our first fucking headline show there. So, like, this time I'm hoping we can get them extra 80 tickets and have a sold out London show. That would be the dream. So yeah, it is hoping.
Oh, I'm feeling very confident about that. If you did 80 last time, based off this album, but also who you're bringing out, you already mentioned the 3 bands. It's funny, we actually spoke to Vulvodynia a few weeks ago, and they couldn't say enough great things about Ingested when we were talking about the tour as well.
Amazing.
Is this the kind of bill that you like to be part of? One that has bands like that across the world and the varying years of experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, we wanted to bring a mix. So as far as like death metal goes, like, I think we've mixed it up pretty nice on this tour, especially with Veil of Nath. Have you heard them?
Oh yeah.
They're awesome. Like, so we wanted to bring in people from all different walks of death metal, and obviously we like bringing international bands with us, and we obviously like bringing UK bands as well, which is why we brought Bound in Fear with us. So, you know, you gotta rep, haven't you? So yeah, it's gonna be. But yeah, as far as these type of bills, absolutely. I mean, look at the European tour we did for Surpassing the Boundaries of Human Suffering, the anniversary tour. Within Destruction, Distant, Signs of the Swarm. Savage, mate. Savage bills. That's what you got.
Oh, it's been a few years since I've seen you live. Bloodstock was the last time I saw you guys destroy the Sophie's tent, man. That was actually my first proper Ingested experience.
Yeah, it was sick, that show. That's one of my favourite shows ever, that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was heaving.
It was awesome. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, you know, like, it'll be a good show. It'll be a good show. Like, you know, it's going to be sick. But, you know, there's loads of other amazing bands that are playing on the other stage and shit. So I thought, you know, it's going to be good anyway, like, whatever. And then I fucking looked from behind the stage and I was like, oh my God, the tent's like full and overflowing. What the fuck's going on? It was so sick. It was such a good show, man.
It was, man.
One of the best ones, that.
So you already mentioned a Twitch channel. I want to go back to that. Yeah. What you doing on Twitch? Games?
Yeah. So gaming. Mostly it's me and my best mate Steve. We're just stupid. It's basically just stupid conversations and really, really shit video game skills. But we also we play stuff like Rocket League and Call of Duty with our viewers and subscribers. Then on Sundays, all the rest of the Ingested boys come on, and then we do like an album listening party. We've been listening through each album, like in chronological order.
Cool.
Each Sunday. It's been pretty cool. So we're gonna, when on the Sunday after the album's released, we're gonna do one for the new album as well. So that'll be good. But we do like merch giveaways and album pre-order giveaways, like for every like 20 subscribers and stuff. Like we do like little raffle prizes and stuff. So yeah, it's been pretty funny. We've got loads of videos up on the YouTube now. So yeah, give us a subscribe on YouTube. It's the same as the Twitch. It's the _slam_king. But yeah, so
you enjoy it.
Getting pretty good. I love it. I really enjoy it. I love talking to people, like especially our fans, and I love playing computer games. So, you know, what's not to like?
Yes, because obviously when it's Twitch. Everyone goes, oh, it's got to be video games more than anything else. Do you predominantly just do that sort of like online multiplayer stuff, or is there ever any kind of individual, I'm playing this single game?
I actually prefer playing like single player games because I like to like immerse myself in the world and everything. So I'm really into like RPGs and stuff like The Witcher 3, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War. What's the other one that I was playing the other day? Ghost of Tsushima, the samurai one. That's amazing. So yeah, I prefer playing games like that, but we play a lot of Grand Theft Auto as well.
Easy one to really just spend a few hours in.
Oh yeah, that's the one that I enjoy the most because that's usually just me and my mate Steve just fucking aimlessly walking around San Andreas, just doing random shit and just having a chin wag. Like, so they're my favourite ones because they're just stupid, man. Like, like vocal streams and stuff like that, but with me having 2 kids, like by the time I get on streaming, which is like 8 o'clock at night, the kids are in bed and I can't be sitting there like loud or fucking like giving it all that when the kids are like in bed above me. So yeah. God
damn it, you're a good father. What are you doing?
I know, I'm too much of a good death metal fan.
There's another connection, right? So you've done the gaming, we've done the music. There's another connection to us, GBHBL, which is horror. And there's this funny expectation often, right? That when you do death metal, you must love gore, violence, hate, and horror. Does that apply to you?
Yes, of course it does. Of course it does. I love horror movies. Anything in just guts, violence, all that kind of shit. As long as it's got like tits and violence, mate, I'm there.
Oh.
Tits and violence. I am the god of tits and violence.
I was about to say, what kind of style of horror do you tend to lean towards?
To be honest, I really like, at the moment, it depends what mood I'm in. Like, at the moment, I've been liking a lot of, like, satanic themed films, like, you know, like stuff like Exorcist.
Yeah.
We've just been watching a TV series called Castle Rock.
Oh, the Stephen King-ish one, yeah.
I think I've just got to the end of the first season, or I'm just before the end of the first season. And that's shaping up to be really fucking interesting, really.
Yeah.
The last good horror movie I watched that I was proper taken aback with was probably Mandy.
Nicolas Cage.
That was the one that I was like, whoa, hello there.
Yeah.
The baby.
So you say it's late night and you want to sit down and you think, yeah, I'm going to put a horror movie on, but I want to do something specific from an era of horror. Where would you go?
80s.
80s.
Yeah.
The decade of imagination.
Yeah. All the body horror, mate, from the 80s, all that, all the flesh and shit, like The Thing. Oh, well, The Thing's 70s, isn't it?
80.
Is The Thing
82? I can't remember. It's early 80s.
Yeah, I always think it's 70s because of Kurt Russell's hair. Though it looks well 70s, doesn't it, in that film?
But I never thought of it.
He do it like he's got well 70s hair. I mean, I know he's been in Antarctica for like however many months, but fucking hell, man, sort it out.
It's glorious, man.
Where's he got the hairspray from and the hairdryer to be able to do that? Come on, man, it should be covered in grease and shit.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, stuff like The Thing, Aliens. The second one, Aliens, is my favourite movie of all time.
Yeah?
Easily. My favourite movie of all time. Terminator, that's 80s.
Original?
Yeah, the first Terminator.
Okay.
That's a horror movie.
Of course.
Scary shit. Like, he's not all friendly and like practicing his smile in the mirror in that one, is he? He's taking his fucking apple out with a fucking spoon or whatever the fuck he was doing. It's gross. Yeah, 80s would definitely be my
same here.
Love it, man.
I genuinely believe the 80s was the last time anyone had an imagination. I believe you could back then you could go to a studio with any single idea and they'd be like, sweet, go make it.
Yeah. It's amazing. And the effects as well, like, because I feel like the 80s was where like practical effects really, really like like when wow,
Yeah.
went amazing because it was before like when they brought in all like visual effects, like all the CGI and shit, like Jurassic Park kind of stuff. So it was it was the time of creature effects for me. I love a good creature. That's why I love Aliens. So look at it, man. It's dripping in slime and jizz. It's amazing. Love it.
It is obviously iconic. What style do you despise in horror then?
I don't really despise any style of horror. I'm not that massive on comedy horror.
Okay.
Because most of the time the comedy isn't funny. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it's funny, then I'm all about it. Like Evil Dead 2, that was funny. Black Sheep, that was funny. Brain Dead was funny. Bad Taste was funny. Those are funny to me. But like stuff like, I don't know, like Little Shop of Horrors, I just don't think it's funny and stuff like that. But I guess that's because it's more musical, innit?
Yeah, I get that one is more of a musical.
Musicals I don't like. There we go. I don't like musicals. So I weren't a fan of Sweeney Todd.
Oh, okay. Oh.
The songs are always cheesy and shit, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, they're not. I always think I think musical and horror, and I don't even connect the two. Like, it's not for a horror movie fan. But honestly, if you get a chance, right, check out the 2009 remake of Stage Fright. Do you know that?
No. What's that?
It's a musical, but it's a horror, a slasher musical. It's got Meatloaf in it.
No way!
Yeah. But it's banging.
You had me at Meatloaf.
Yeah. When I saw Meatloaf, I was like, fucking sweet. Right, let's wrap this up then. Finally, right, in my opinion, we're only gods. I keep saying we're gods. Where Only Gods May Tread may very well be the best Ingested album to date. Where do you think right now it fits overall in your back catalogue? You suggested at the start that you think it's the best work. Yeah?
It's the best.
Yeah?
It's the best. It's the most complete album that we've ever done. The songwriting is just so much better. Like it's like all of the best bits of all of our previous work.
Yeah.
With even more best bits that you've never heard before. It's honestly, I can't. It's like I said before. If you like extreme metal in any form, you will find something on this album that you love because it's got everything. Like
your enthusiasm and pride, it just shines through, and I absolutely love that because there's nothing more exciting than talking to an artist, the creator, the creative force behind such work, and them going, listen, this is the best thing we've ever done, and you will fucking love it. Rather than going, well, I hope you like it, we're not too sure.
You will. You will. You'll find something. I'm not saying you'll like all of it, because that'd just be a very presumptuous statement, but I guarantee you'll find something on there. There'll be a song that you like.
Yep.
Definitely, 100%, because it's just, we're trying to show that it's like you can be heavy and brutal as fuck and still write great songs.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is the exactly what Ingested have done here. We don't have long to wait. It's the 14th of August. Unique Leader Records. The tour's in December. It's going to be a busy run, I think, for Ingested.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, and then there's 2021. This is a couple of years worth of work, I think. So
yeah, we'll be. We're working on loads of shit for next year. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled on all our social medias, like our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, all of that shit. Yeah, we'll be announcing stuff like as and when. So.
Yeah, of course, Jason. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time.
Big love, man.
Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?